Fade in on the all too familiar little provincial town in France. There is hustle and bustle as various townspeople are going back and forth, either going to their places of work or running errands. We soon come across the baker's shop, and though we only see the building from the outside, we can hear a loud, gruff shout from within. Marie, take these pastries over to Monsieur Dark's house. And don't dilly-dally, girl. You know how impatient he gets when he doesn't get packages delivered to him on time. Don't just stand there. Go, go.
Oh, yes, Mr. Dubois. I'm going.
Slowly, the door to the baker's shop opens and out steps Marie, a prim, pretty, demure-looking woman. She balances a few baskets of pastries as she begins to make her way up a road towards, presumably, Monsieur Dark's home. As she walks along, she passes by a tavern, where the all too familiar Gaston and his cronies tend to hang out. We hear some commotion from within the tavern, and Marie stops briefly and gazes towards the doors. Soon, a familiar, squeaky voice is heard calling out frantically. Hey! Put me down! Let go! 1, 2, 3! Soon, Lefou comes crashing through the doors and he lands with a thud on the ground. Whoa! Oh! Marie gasps and soon goes up to Lefou, who groans and dusts himself off. He wearily looks back towards the door and we hear laughter from within, presumably Gaston's cronies. Lefou puts on a fake smile and laughs as well. Uh, Good one, fellas. That might have been a record for tossing me. Nice job.
Oh, goodness. LeFou, are you okay?
Huh? Oh, Marie. Hello. Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine. That's not the first time that's happened to me. And probably won't be the last either.
Oh, you poor thing. Can I do anything for you?
No, I'm all right. But thanks anyway. What's all that stuff for?
Oh, well, I'm taking these pastries to Monsieur Dark, and he put in an order from them, and, well, Monsieur Dubois reminded me very loudly that he doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Uh, well, Marie, maybe I could help you carry those baskets? It looks like you're having a bit of trouble with them. I'll assist you.
That's very sweet of you, LeFou. Thank you.
The Foo grins and grabs two of the baskets, nearly dropping one as he does. Marie gasps, but it's a playful one, and she waggles a finger, also playfully at
Oh, now, you be careful, LeFou. Monsieur Dark will lose his temper if he finds out some of those pastries wound up on the ground.
him. Sorry. Yeah, that Monsieur Dark gives me the creeps. Gaston says he's just a businessman, but to me, there's something about him that just, ugh, I don't even want to think about it.
Well, come on. The quicker we get there, the quicker we can deliver these pastries.
Right, right. Lead the way. With that, Marie smiles and begins to walk along the road, LeFou following eagerly behind her. The two are quiet for a few moments. Then LeFou breaks the silence. Nice day out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I just adore nice spring days like this.
Oh, me too. Me too. Spring is my absolute favorite season.
Sometimes when the weather is nice like this, I take my younger sister Nadia and we go down to the lake to watch the ducks swimming.
Oh, so do I. I love watching the little duckies swimming.
You're not just saying that because I'm saying it, are you, LeFou?
No, of course not. One thing I never like to do is just blindly agree with people. Well, except for Gaston. When I disagree with him, he tends to bop me over the head. A lot. And it's smarts.
LeFou, you've actually reminded me of something. If I ask you a question, would you answer me honestly?
Of course I would.
Okay. I want to ask this as nicely and as delicately as possible, LeFou.
Boy. Whenever someone starts a sentence like that, it's never good.
I promise it's nothing bad. Believe me. Okay, so LeFou, be honest. Do you consider Gaston to be your friend?
Well, sure he is. Me and Gaston are best buddies. He's my pal. You don't think otherwise, do you?
Honestly, I do think otherwise. I'm sorry.
You do? But why, Marie?
LeFou, I tend to notice a lot of things when I'm going around and making my deliveries. I don't go out and blab about them, but I notice, and whenever I see you and Gaston together, to me, it doesn't look like two best buddies. It looks like a big, horrible, nasty, obnoxious brute bullying someone.
No, come on now. It can't be like that every time you see us.
I wish it wasn't LeFou, but almost every time you're hanging out with him, Gaston is putting his hands on you, hitting you, smacking you, kicking you. And when he doesn't do that, he's berating you, making fun of you, snickering and laughing at you behind your back with those jerk cronies of his.
Behind my back? No, he wouldn't. He couldn't. Could he?
He could, and he does. What, just the other day, I was heading down the road past that tavern that Gaston frequents, making a delivery, and I saw him and two of his cronies outside cackling and laughing. As I got closer, I heard Gaston say, "Oh, that dummy LeFou, he'll be gone for hours looking for that sack. That should keep him out of our hair for the rest of the day."
Gaston told me that he left his hunting sack in the woods. Told me to go and find it. He said, "It's very important, Lefou. It has my hunting gear in it. If you find it and bring it back, you'll be a true friend to me, little buddy." He was lying to me the whole time? Absolutely crushed, LeFou stops his walking, as Marie stops walking as well. She comes up to him and gently pats LeFou on the shoulder twice.
He was LeFou. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Ah, Marie, why are you doing this to me, huh? Why are you shattering everything I thought I knew in the blink of an eye, huh?
LeFou, I don't want to do this, but you deserve to know the truth. No one deserves to be treated so cruelly the way Gaston treats you.
But but why now? Why'd you choose today of all days?
LeFou, I just want you to be treated better so you don't feel the need to be such a people pleaser.
Wait, a people pleaser? Is that what you think I am?
Oh goodness, I feel like I'm going too far now, but yes, yes you are. Sometimes, LeFou. Whenever I see you with Gaston, you're always agreeing with him on the nasty, pig-headed, horrible, obnoxious things he's saying, even when it looks like you don't agree with it. Like how he taunts and makes fun of Belle's father, Maurice. You don't really think Maurice is a stupid, wacky old coot, do you?
I well, I mean, he is kooky, don't get me wrong, but he's not that bad a guy.
Exactly. But if Gaston starts in on him, you jump to agree with him, if only to keep Gaston happy. And even here with me talking about spring and liking ducks, I feel like you were saying yes to those things only because you thought that I wanted to hear them.
It's not so much that as, well, the fact that Marie, I, I kind of, sort of like you, is all.
LeFou, I like you too when you're not with Gaston. Why, right now, for example, talking with you here without that big ape Gaston lurking nearby, you've been very sweet, very charming, very kind. And honestly, I happen to think you're awfully cute too.
You do? You think I'm cute?
Yes, but when you're with Gaston and his cronies and acting the way they do, the ugly side of them rubs off on you.
Oh,
LeFou, I'm not trying to change the way you are completely. The way you're acting now, it's wonderful. It's refreshing. All I'm saying is, I think you need to seriously rethink who your friends are. Take a good look at Gaston and his hangers on, and there's so many other townspeople who don't worship the ground Gaston walks on. You don't need to subject yourself to his bullying just so you could say you have a big circle of friends. That's all I mean.
Marie gently pats LeFou on the shoulder again, then begins to walk up along the path that they were following. LeFou, after a long silence, slowly begins to follow. Then he nods his head in understanding. I see. The two finally come to a stop near a large, imposing mansion-like building. LeFou sets down the baskets of pastries as Marie slowly turns to him and speaks.
Well, here's Monsieur Dark's home. Gosh, it's imposing, isn't it? Why don't you head back on, LeFou? I can take it from here.
Oh, yeah, sure, Marie. Slowly, LeFou takes Marie's hand in his, and he gives it a gentle squeeze as she smiles and does the same back. And, thanks, Marie, for being honest with me.
Thank you for listening, LeFou. Just think about it. That's all I ask. I have a feeling that if you cut yourself loose from Gaston and his crew, you'll find yourself feeling much better about yourself.
A beat. Marie then smiles, leans in, and gently kisses LeFou on the cheek. She lingers for a few moments, then breaks off. LeFou, dazed, grins and blushes a deep red for a few moments as Marie smiles.
Bye, LeFou.
Uh, uh, Bye, Marie. LeFou stumbles away smittenly from Marie and the mansion and begins to drift down the street, blissfully happy as he does. He hums to himself briefly, then sighs a content sigh. Oh, wow, Marie. Gosh, she made a lot of sense, though. A whole lot of sense. Gee, Gaston and the rest of his gang, the way they treat me, it really is something to think about. Soon, we hear laughter and hooting from off screen. Then a man's voice calls out to LeFou. Hey, LeFou, come over here. Gaston needs someone for target practice. Put an apple on your head and he'll shoot it off with an arrow. Oh, hold on a second, fellas. Uh, LeFou turns back to Marie, who gives him a hopeful look. Soon, a serious look comes over LeFou's face. Then he shakes his head no and calls out. Actually, never mind. Tell Gaston I'm busy. I have other things I need to do. better things I need to do. With a newfound determination and courage, Lefou goes off in the opposite direction as Marie watches him silently, with an impressed and happy smile on her face as our scene fades to black.